Okay, so Jesus here is telling them, you're asking these questions and you're being worried about it to yourself. You're thinking, what am I going to eat? What am I going to drink? What am I going to wear? He's saying that's the things that the people who have no hope, the people who are outside of God, God's people, that's the things they worry about. You have a relationship with God. God's going to take care of you. You don't need, he's asking kind of a rhetorical question. Why are you even asking these things? Why would you worry about this if you are God's children and he's going to take care of these simpler things? Why don't you think he's going to take care of you in these basic needs? These basic needs that they have, God's going to take care of them. Okay. I know I'm beating a dead horse here. It's just it says it in several different ways. I mean, and Jesus is trying to drive home the point about worrying. All right. Something. So when my kids were little, and even now sometimes, they worried about things that weren't theirs to worry about. Like people breaking in, what are we going to do? If someone breaks in, they're worried about a bad guy breaking in the house at night. What are we going to do, if that happens? Or they're worried about money stuff. They hear us talking about how we don't have the money we need to do this or this, and they're like, well, what are we going to do? Well, and I'm sorry. I get emotional sometimes. I'm just going to let y'all know that. So it upsets me and Tania. It's like, that's not your worry. That's not your responsibility. That's mine and hers to take care of them, right? That's for us to worry about, not for them to worry about. I think that's the same thing God is saying here. He probably gets upset when we're worrying about these basic things, saying that's not for you to worry about. That's not your responsibility. That's not your worry. I'll take care of that, just like I have to tell the kids, that's not yours to worry about. I'll worry about the money, and I'll worry about all the other things that they worry about that's not theirs. God's telling us the same thing. When you're worrying about these things, that's not yours to worry about. I'll take care of you. So, also along those lines, it's not that God is not taking care of our basic needs. It's us not seeing that he's taking care of our basic needs. Whenever we're worrying about our food, water, clothing, money, things that we can't control, God is still taking care of those things. We're just not seeing that he's taking care of it. We're trying to take it and put it on ourselves. We're trying to take God's worries and take it on ourselves and worry about it. We're not seeing that God's actually taking care of it. God's taking care of it for us. It's also saying that we have little trust in God in this moment, right? It's saying that I don't think you can handle it, God. I'm going to have to handle this for myself. I've got to figure out how I'm going to make this money to go buy these groceries this week. I've got to have this job to take care of this stuff, and I'm not trusting in you anymore. I'm putting it on myself. I'm taking it away from him and putting it on myself, worrying about taking care of my family when God's saying that's his to worry about. That's his responsibility. And he could name more things, right? I mean, like I said, clothing's not something I worry about. I worry about a vehicle. You know, he could have said their chariots or their horses or worrying about other things. He could have gone on and on and on, but he just kind of went with the three basic necessities of life, right? A lot of times that's what we throw shelter in there. Necessities of life: food, clothes, and shelter, right? Is what we consider necessities of life. But again, they're simple things. I mean, it's not a very complicated thing that God's saying that you're worrying about. It's a pretty basic and simple thing. It is necessary, yes. It's a necessity of life. But like you said, Jesus is naming these three things. He could have named a lot of other things. He could have had a lot of things that we could worry about. Okay, let's go on to verse 33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So Jesus is telling them, instead of worrying about these things, focus more on the kingdom of God. If we were to take the energy that we spent on worrying about things, and we took that energy and we put it to the church, how much better would the church be if all of us took that energy that we spent on worrying and put it towards the church? We use a lot of energy. Not preaching a health and wealth gospel here that, okay, if you follow Jesus, then you're going to be blessed and that sort of thing. But what he's saying is he's going to take